hi! Oh, hi!
Is my mic on?
Is this mic on?
I can't see.
I don't think it's actually working.
Testing.
We're going to drink beer on the radio!
Yay!
Let's have a party and drink up a lot of beer. Let's have a party and drink up a lot of beer.
That's our plan. 24 minutes before 9 o'clock. The morning news with Webster and Nancy on WILK. Now, the two-time winner of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Award and the two-time winner, and I showed four fingers. That was accidental.
Double.
The Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcasters Association Award, promoting and advancing the craft and microbrew culture in Northeast Pennsylvania. This is another edition of The Friday Buzz!
And the Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's in Exeter, one of the area's greatest selections of rare, craft, and imported beers. Wait for it, folks. Growlers and Crowlers, a hand pump.
Oh, my.
And 35 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bar and Bottle Shop, Wyoming Avenue, Exeter.
All the little traditions we built into the intro here, including now your George Takei impersonation, and when we shout the Friday Beer Buzz, mine has evolved into just me making vague bee sounds.
I'm waiting to just see feet sticking up in front of the microphone.
Lindo Sabatini in the studio. Yay, Lindo.
Good morning. Hello.
Bill from mybeerbuzz.com. Yay, Bill from mybeerbuzz.com.
We're going to have to add another 2 minutes to the show to just do the intro.
The intro is so darn long.
We had a really good event Wednesday night. Battle of the Beasts, Part 4. We managed to tame most of the beasts.
Most of the beasts.
There's a lot of bees in that. Thank you.
Tame the beast. We had a good time. How did the Abraxas go? I didn't stick around to the 9:30 Abraxas release.
It did not kick that night.
Wow.
But there was, I think we poured about 45 without shutting the tap off.
I know when we were talking about it last week, the Battle of the Beasts, you said the session beer was 8 point something.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. That
Hence the name Beast.
Some really good, nice beers, though. I mean, it's a real nice combination of beers. We had a good time.
Good.
We have one tidbit of news before we get Luke on.
Okay, all right.
Big breaking news of the week.
Yes.
Victory Brewing Company and Southern Tier Brewing Company have formed an alliance, and they're calling it's called ABV, like alcohol by volume, but it's Artisanal Brewing Ventures.
And when I saw this on mybeerbuzz.com, my jaw hit the floor.
Yeah, they have joined with a private equity firm, and what it allows them to do is remain independent so they can both be what they always are and have their same leadership and their same staff and same team,
right?
But pool their resources and have available equity to grow in the way that they need to grow. And they're really framing it so that they can be competitive against what's going on in the industry, and that is the big guys
buying up the little guys.
Buying up a bunch of the big little guys.
Yeah.
So we'll tune in to ABV and follow along and see how they do. But I think it is a unique paradigm, and it's an interesting sort of self-defense mechanism, I think.
Well, right. I mean, they're partners, yet they remain what they are.
They're individually partners.
That's cool.
And they have available money now. So
yeah,
that's a good thing for everybody. And they're both big. They have now become the 15th largest craft brewing conglomerate in the United States.
That's really cool.
So that's good for them.
Yeah,
good for them. We like them all. We've had them all on the show. So excited for them.
That's true.
We have a guest joining us. I think we're waking him up.
Uh-oh.
From West Grove, Pennsylvania, from Evil Genius. Today we have Luke Bowen.
Hey, Luke.
Luke.
Luke, did we wake you up really?
What's going on?
Did we really get you out of bed, Luke?
No, I had an event late last night, so I was doing an event in Philadelphia, so I wouldn't have been able. Yeah, it was pretty wild, but I'm really glad to be on with you guys this morning.
Well, I mean, it's all Eastern time zone, though. Come on, 8:39 here. You know.
I actually,
you know us beer guys, man. You know we don't get up quite as early as you radio guys.
I know.
It's more late nights and late mornings.
It's your tough work.
I wish I was a beer guy.
I actually have a funny story for how I met Luke. I met Luke in the bathroom at Sabatini's.
Oh, that's an entertaining.
We're just going to leave it.
So far, so
we're going to leave it there, Luke.
The funny part.
Yeah, that's for the outtakes, right? After all fair, right?
There was no handshaking or anything like that. I just, hey, I'm Luke. So, Luke, the genesis of Evil Genius started in an accounting class at Villanova?
Man, it's a cool story. Like, this is all I've ever wanted to do, like, ever. You know, I mean, I started homebrewing when I was in college. I had a girlfriend who was a couple years older than me at the time, and she got me, one of those Mr. Beer kind of kits where you make beer in a bucket.
Yeah.
And it was great because, I wasn't 21, so I couldn't buy beer, so I was like, I'll just brew my own. And like, I'm sure it was terrible, but I had a lot of it. So, it was great. So, I started doing that, then started, getting into all grain home brewing, and I'd go to festivals and really saw the culture kind of coming up, and it was all that sort of I had ever wanted to do. But I went to college and got a fancy job and just didn't like it, and I quit. I don't know if you've ever quit a job, but it's the greatest thing you'll ever do. And I quit my job and went back to school literally like 2 weeks before Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers collapsed. The timing was perfect. And I was in an accounting class at Villanova getting a grad degree, and I met Trevor, who's my business partner. He's from Dublin, Ireland, originally.
Wow.
And I don't know if you know anything about the Irish beer culture. It's really awesome. For a country basically the size of New Jersey, they have some really, really awesome craft beer. So he, of course, was a fan and came over here and was absolutely in heaven. And we were just, would brew together and hang out and drink beers and just be like, hey, man, do you want to do this brewery thing? And that's kind of how it started. And here we are, almost 5 years later.
Where does
that's like a storybook story.
That is, yeah.
That's amazing.
The quit my job part and start a brewery.
Yeah.
I'm really familiar with the Dublin beer culture, and it is amazing. They have a brewery called the Porterhouse Brewery. They have a place called Messrs. McGuire. Some really amazing places. I didn't know that about Trevor, so that's really cool. Where does the name the name Evil Genius? Where did that come from?
Oh, well, that's a good story too. I mean, we had it's so important, right? Like, what you name your company.
Yeah.
So we really, to be honest, we overthought it. I mean, we came up with some awful names that, I did the Tri-State Brewing Company and just all this crap, that was just terrible. And we just got so frustrated. And, one night we went out in Trevor's hometown, just outside of Philadelphia, just, hey man, we're going to put it down and we're just going to have a bunch of beers and see what happens. And, we came home and had a drunk pizza and just started throwing names out there just sort of off the cuff, and Evil Genius was one that we threw out, and we both kind of looked at each other. We were like, that's it. And we made sure we wrote it down, obviously. And the next morning we woke up and said, Evil Genius, huh? And it's like, yep. And that's kind of been our sort of calling card, and our thing that we're probably the most pleased of is our name. I mean, people really dig it, and that's awesome that it resonates with so many people. It does.
And Luke, points to you for remembering to write it down. Imagine the next morning otherwise. What
was the one we had?
Say? That one you said with the thing, I can't remember.
Yeah, we were about 7 or 8 big beers in, double IPAs in. We both looked at each other. We're like, man, we should probably make sure that we put this down on paper because neither one of us are going to remember in the morning.
That's excellent.
So you guys are still brew house in planning. Tell us the goals for the brew house you're going to build, and any kind of location preferences.
Yeah, so without going too much into it, we are going to be located in Philadelphia, the Fishtown section of Philadelphia. We bought a building over the summer and are currently rehabbing it right now and are looking to be open, here in 2016. So, it's a really cool building. So it was built in 1911. It used to be an old carriage works, like horse and buggy carriages.
Oh, wow.
And then it was a furniture factory for a long time. So it's been a manufacturing facility for all of its, sort of useful life. But a lot of the old manufacturing buildings in Philadelphia had kind of been neglected. So we came in, bought it, and it's gorgeous. It's brick, and it's got steel and wood everywhere. It's absolutely incredible.
Nice.
So, we're in the process of just rehabbing that right now, and we're going to have a really nice brew house and, tap room and offices and stuff there. And we're really excited to get things rolling in the city, which is really where we wanted to be. It just, it took a while to find the right space, and I think that's really important.
So it's a little too late then to lobby for Northeast PA?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. You guys gave it a close second, but Philadelphia.
Well, hey, satellite branch, we're always available,
So we have
we're really pumped.
We have 2 beers here, so we got to get to drinking here with you, Luke. Our first one that we're going to taste today is Purple Monkey Dishwasher Chocolate Peanut Butter Porter.
Yes.
Oh, we got a little monkey music going.
So let's first.
This is stunning.
It is.
He's
I really
peanut
like it
butter
a lot.
lover. You
Wow,
are.
oh my
Your
God.
wife has to hide the peanut butter, John,
I'm
right?
just going face down in this one.
John just came off the peanut butter wagon today.
You better believe it.
So tell us first, we got to talk about the name. Tell us about the name for Purple Monkey Dishwasher Chocolate Peanut Butter Porter.
So the name, pays homage to sort of one of our, some of our, favorite one of our favorite TV shows growing up. And if you look on YouTube if you Google or put into YouTube Purple Monkey Dishwasher, there's a really famous scene in an old show that I'll let your listeners take a look. But it was a name that we wanted to, call a beer for the longest time because it was so outlandish and so out there. And when I go to beer festivals, people just like, I don't care what style of beer it is. I just want it because it's called Purple Monkey Fistball. And
It's interesting.
and that's awesome. But the beer itself is really cool. So it's a robust porter. It's 6.7% ABV. And then it's brewed with all natural chocolate and all natural peanut butter. We don't use, in any of our flavored beers, like we do a pineapple Hefeweizen and a grapefruit pale ale and a chocolate hazelnut imperial stout, which you guys are going to taste next. We don't use any artificial ingredients or anything in any of our beers. Everything's 100% all natural. So the nose, you get a lot of peanut butter, and then I get a lot of chocolate when I first taste the beer. It's sort of lighter, medium-bodied, so it's not super heavy. It doesn't taste like you're drinking a loaf of bread. And then the peanut butter taste really kind of lingers, on the back end for me, at least when I drink this beer.
We were going to do the Simpsons music for that intro, and Kyle tells me that we were blocked by Fox, no matter what we tried to get. So this is a really nice beer. There are challenges brewing with peanut butter, though. I know it's not an easy ingredient to use.
No, I mean we also don't we don't take a jar of Jif and dump it in the beer.
What?
We tried, of course, when we
don't?
we tried, of course, when we started, yeah. But it's so like you really have to watch where you add it. You really have to add it away from any kind of heat. Like I don't know if you've ever burned butter on a stove.
Yeah, that's bad taste.
Yeah, that's what it tastes like when you heat up peanut butter. So you really got to make sure that you add it at the right time throughout the brewing process so it doesn't come up against a lot of heat, but also enough that it sterilizes it so you don't get bottle bombed.
Really nice beer. And I want to get to our second one because I love the name of our second one as well. Our second one is called I'll Have What She's Having Chocolate Hazelnut Imperial Stout. Again, tell us about the name and then the beer.
No, that was that was another one that we really thought was going to resonate with a lot of people. And look, I don't have to tell you guys how many beers are out there, right? Like we're a newer company, so having some really great branding, get somebody to pull it off the shelf. But you really have to make a good beer inside the bottle too. And that was one that we thought was really funny and that people would gravitate towards, and we were ultimately right. And this is a slightly bigger beer. It's a Russian Imperial Stout. It's 9.4. Same process for doing the chocolate and as the Purple Monkey, slightly different process for doing adding hazelnut in. It's not super creamy it's not like a Nutella beer because we don't use any lacto in it. So it's a little drier. It tastes more like those Ferrero Rocher chocolates, like the ones in the gold wrapper.
That's a good description.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we were sort of going with that. And again, for a 9.4 beer, it's very, very drinkable.
Really nice beer, and you got some crazy names. We're running out of time here, but check out the names of all the Evil Genius beers. And I just want to lobby for one called Luke, I Am Your Father. So just think about that one, maybe somewhere down the road.
Hey, Luke, I got to tell you, too, big Stacy's mom fan here, so.
Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that beer is really, really, really rocking. It's the All Citra IPA that we do year round. So you can definitely find these at Sabatini's. They're great. Thank you, Lindo. And we really appreciate you guys having me on, and please check us out at you follow us on Instagram. That's really where we have the most fun with our beer and our names and stuff. At Evil Genius Beer or at Evil Genius Beer on Twitter. Or look us up on Facebook or evilgeniusbeer.com and send us a message. It's me who checks the Instagram and Twitter. We love getting back to people and talking to people, and we really appreciate all the support, guys.
And we got to thank LT Verastro for providing the beer today. So thanks to those guys.
Yeah, wow. This
Luke Bowen is the co-founder of Evil Genius, a beer company. Luke, thanks for being on the show this morning. Outstanding beers.
Thanks, Luke.
No, thank you guys so much.
All right.
The WILK Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's in Exeter, one of the area's greatest selections of rare craft and imported beers. Growlers and Crowlers, a hand pump, and 35 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bar and Bottle Shop, who Bill is saluting. Wyoming Avenue in Exeter.
I, too, salute Lindo. Just so you know.
Salute.
All right.
It's your turn.
It's my turn. The Friday Beer Buzz, bringing good beers and good people together. Woo.